Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a Advanced Wars match. Again, this is not one that is like, oh yeah, I crushed the guy. It was a really hard fought match. But I mean, it kind of was, but it's a Kanbei Mirror Match. Now, if you guys don't know, which I don't know if I've mentioned it before, Kanbei is my favorite commanding officer in all of Advanced Wars. The only problem with him is he's overpowered. Now, that's not the reason I like him so much. His style of play, his unit style rather, is more geared towards what I would do. I like to keep my troops alive as much as possible, and he can do that. His survivability is really good, his defense is superior, and yeah, most codes can't really fight, stand up to him on a normal basis. So today, I have for you a mirror matchup of Kanbei on this big map. So again, I do apologize for those of you who are watching like on your phones or like a small monitor or something. Again, full screen works. Please use full screen if you can. If not, do I apologize if you cannot see the code powers and numbers. There's nothing I can do about it. So, we are playing on a map called Inner Universe. And, basically, it's a map where it's a mixed base. I'm not a big fan of mixed base maps, but, this one looked okay. This one looked... excuse me. This one looked decent. So, I decided to give it a shot. And, we both chose Kanbei, and that's where we are at. So, to start, I chose second player. I prefer to be second player in all my matches if I can. But then, then again, like I said, I think second player is overpowered. But again, people say first player has the advantage. I usually win when I'm second player, but that's not the point. The point is that on a mixed base map, I chose Kanbei. I get the 2 infantry to start. That's automatically a bonus since Kanbei's units are automatically stronger than their opponents. And even though it's a mirror matchup, I still have 2 strong infantry that are for free. So instead of costing 2,400 for both, I get 2,400 for free. So that's already a head start on my part. So yeah, I'm going to start rolling this and see where things go. Actually, make myself a little bigger. There we go. Alright. So, start off, build this infantry. You got 4 out, no problem. Alright, so, obviously the bottom one's going to go down. Now, I have the question of where do I want to send this guy? I have the option to capture right away, or go somewhere else. I decided to move up. The sooner I control these, the better. Plus, it's easy to chain capture here. Whereas here, I already have the head start with this guy. So if I build one here, and he builds one here, then we're on the same plateau. And I already have this guy at the bottom as well. So already I have a head start. So I could afford to skip a turn and go up instead of capturing, which is exactly what I did. Now this guy's turn. By the way, I didn't introduce himself, but I don't know what that name is. ynsjlyy? I don't know. So that's my opponent. Again, it's not like he wasn't a good player. He gave me a good match, but in a Kanbei Mirror matchup, it's all about territory, because it's hard to remove Kanbei units from properties or any defensive terrain, and so gaining territory is key to victory. So just like me, you'll start the capture phase. Alright, so I go for the farther city. Now that I think about it, that probably wasn't the best idea, but I should have probably went for one of those. But I did anyways. So now I got my guys going out too, and he proceeds to his turn, moves out, gets captures. Pretty simple stuff. This early game stuff is all about the captures. Difference though, I got 3 guys here, one going up, one going here. He's right here, he's still staying next to the mountains. So now it's like up to me to try try and gain advantage where I can. And again, since I have this one here, he doesn't have that one yet, and I could go interrupt if I feel like it. So he uses 2 infantry in the very top north to attack my guy. Now that is a mistake on his part. Again, attacking into my infantry, even though we're both Kanbei, we both have attack power, we both have defense power, and me on the city, I have a huge defensive boost. So he lost that engagement. I could pull this guy back or attack the 6 on the road. My new guy can come in and attack the 8, and he'll get a lot of damage done. So again, he's just moving out, capturing his cities. Captures this one here. Yeah, I went for the farther one when I did it. Now if I move my guy off, this guy is free to go and try and capture, in which I can't repair and I can't, I won't have a huge advantage. So I'm going to leave that guy there. While in the north, I did attack the 6, and I engaged the 8, in which I didn't take any damage, which is perfect. And at the bottom, he built a recon, so I can't capture the city. So I don't want him getting super free hits, so I back off of that city, and as long as he doesn't have infantry going over there, I am going to continue north, and I won't have to really retaliate. Alright, so on this turn, I keep the infantry in the top right. Of course, I gotta just spam infantry, it's base versus base, and it'll be harder for him to get vehicles in there. So as soon as he builds one vehicle, I can build my own as well. But to counter his recon, I build this recon here as well. This recon has the option of going up and or down. And so that's my idea behind that move, is just to see what he thinks I will do, and as well as where his recon will go. If it goes to attack my infantry, obviously, I'll move my recon straight down and he'll be in range of all my guys. If he moves up, then I could just move here and move in just into a defensive position. So he rolls in, recon just goes straight right onto the city. I'm like, okay, cool, you do that. You cover that city, fine by me. So he builds the first tank in the top left. Again, this tank, not probably the best place for a tank because you can't really do anything there. These cities, I got it covered with a base. So probably not the best idea to build tanks so early, but it is what it is. Yeah, so I continue my capturing. He backed off, so I get all 3 of these cities. And I'm also going for my comm tower. And the same thing for this guy, uncontested. This tank can't reach, and this infantry can't reach. So I get a free city there. And I do move my recon straight down, because he did move his recon over here. And if he attacks any of my infantry along the way, I will get the first strike, recon to recon. So that's a win for me. All the while, the top right, my infantry guy is still capturing that one city that we are contesting. And he may be getting this city here, but that's fine, because territorial-wise, I will get the advantage eventually. So I do retaliate against his tank with my own tank. And again, if he doesn't do anything with this tank, I could send this tank down if I want to. So I'll continue capturing. His tank moves straight down. So again, now his tank covers all of this, but my tank can just move in and be in a spot to defend as well. So again, he attacks into my guy, trying to do as much damage so I don't get the capture. And he's going to keep spamming infantry over there with the one base. So his infantry captured the city and attacked into me. That's no problem. I just want to prevent him from getting the city as much as I can. So he builds a tank in the bottom left, just so I can, so my recon just can't get a free hit. And I continue my capturing. So I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but I have been winning the capture game pretty much, if not even, the entire game. So I'm already getting more income throughout the entire game, and he's still behind. Again, those 2 infantry I start with play a huge part, especially as Kanbei. So my recon gets a free hit on this support guy. Free hit. Beautiful hit. And I continue to go capture my other properties. And now my recon, this recon is in a prime position to not do anything except attack infantry, which is fine because as Kanbei infantry, I have a huge survivability and he won't be able to do anything about it. Now, my recon can't protect these two. So this guy right here is a free hit. Totally fine. Keeps the recon away from all these guys, and I can keep blocking. And so, again, the top, I'm not concerned about capturing the city. My whole objective is to kill as many of his infantry as possible while using my guys. So for every one of his, I can smash him with 2, is the idea. Especially when he's attacking into me while he's on a road. So every time he attacks into me, he loses out. I built another tank in the middle, just so I can support the entire area, no problem. And so now it's day 7, and he's moving out. Infantry attacks again into it. This time he doesn't do anything. I'm not capturing, so he doesn't need to stop me. His tank moves up onto a city. Can't do anything about that, so that's cool. That's fine by me. As long as he ain't doing anything, I'm not doing anything. My guy attacks, or his guy attacks me, and he kills me on the city. That's fine. Again, not really my city. It's supposed to be his, and you know, to prevent him from actually getting it is just extra money for me. And then he builds a tank in the top, as well as a mech in the bottom. Now this mech is a bad move, just because the mech can't move fast. Not to mention, there's no terrain for him to be using. So yeah, I don't know what he was thinking there. On my turn, I get more captures. Again, keeping the capture lead on my side. Moving my infantry around. Now I'm going for the city again. He will probably use his infantry to attack into it. But now my other guys who've had a turn, because this guy's supporting, can go and capture these other properties that I have not gotten yet. But he has. So now I could go do that. And all the while, this guy is also threatening this city. So if he doesn't want me to get this one, he has to stop me. So I move my tank onto the woods. I feel pretty safe there. Again, if a tank attacks into me while I'm defensive terrain and he's on the road, he'll lose out. And I also cover the port with my recon, because if his tank attacks my recon, then I can attack from the port with my tank and I'll have a huge boost. And my other tank comes into support. So now I'm not even trying to attack his top left side. That's his territory, fine by me. I don't need to worry about it. His turn rolls in, moves his infantry around. He's trying to block my recon from helping that I built in the top right, because now that he only has infantry and I had extra funds to spare, this recon can wreak havoc on all of his guys there. Even if he builds like a tank here, it has to take 2 turns just to get around. So again, he attacked into me. I expected that. And he forgoes his capture to protect his city from being captured. So I expected that too. So he does build the tank in the top. Again, like I said, it's going to take a couple turns to get around. And I forgot to mention, I have my comm tower already. He doesn't have his comm tower. So already he's missing out on firepower that he could have been using to attack, you know, especially in the top. 2 infantry attacking into my city, okay, then I would be a lot weaker. But without that extra 10% firepower, he's already been losing out a lot. So that mech is now in a position where it could help the tank, so I can't attack into it, but at the same time, again, I'm just trying to hold territory, and he can't attack into me. He builds another mech and an artillery in the top left, so again, trying to hold his territorial advantage over here. Again, I'm not going to attack into it, but he is going to set this guy up for maybe right here. So, again, like I said before, Kanbei is all about getting territory. And as long as you do that, you have high chance of surviving. So again, I attack into his comm tower, because I don't want him to get that extra firepower. And so long as I hold him off here, I don't need to worry about, you know, losing out on anything. I could slowly capture these cities now, you know, take my time with it. Again, if he attacks into my guys, it's going to hurt. And I get attacked here to prevent him from capturing still. Now I have a mech in support to stop this recon. So now this recon is absolutely useless. Alright, so now I build another tank in the middle. He has a decent amount of horses here, and I don't. But that's fine, because I'm winning everywhere else. And at the start of this day, what day was this? day 9. This is day 9 now, and if you look at the bottom of the screen, I have a 4 unit lead. Even if you take the 2 infantry away, that's a 27 to 29. And I also have about a 9k income, or 9k value lead. So automatically I'm already winning by a pretty good mile. That's like another tank on the field, and you know, so far my vehicles have not even been touched. So it looks pretty good. And yeah, he's gonna get, what is he gonna get? He's gonna get 1 city this turn. This guy right here in the middle. I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 properties. 5 properties on the sea stop zone. Even then, I'm gonna get the capture the next turn no matter what. So again, I'm just leading into it with a capture lead that, you know, I feel like is super important when you're Kanbei. So he knocked down my infantry. Totally fine. I have a base there to support. And he moves out to attack my guys, stop my captures. Again, I'm still getting 4 captures this turn no matter what. So, builds another mech, moves his recon back on the city, builds another artillery, builds a tank. And he can do nothing but defend himself. So, it's all good for me. My turn rolls in for day 9. Again, my infantry, all of his infantry are weak now, and I don't mind suiciding some of my guys just to kill a few. So, with that tank still far behind, this tank can't actually hit my recon. So, totally safe, and I don't have to worry about my recon being hit, not to mention I have a tank in support, and I finally have the chance to capture the city. There is absolutely nothing he can do about it. It's my city. So, right there, that's the deciding factor of this game, I believe, and the rest is just infantry mopping up infantry. Again, my recon doing some work. And I hit his infantry here, his 10, just so he can't capture any of my cities in one shot. Or in 2 turns, I mean, 2 turns. So, as long as he can't do that, I can get more tanks in to support. All the while, if he wants to move all of these units over here, I could just move all my units over here and take over all of this territory. Even if it means risking my comm tower, so it really doesn't matter. Alright, so day 10 rolls in, and again, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, I have a value lead income, value advantage as well as a unit advantage by a little bit. It's still just a little bit, and we still haven't even used our co-powers. Catches his comm tower at last, moves out, moves on the city, kills my guy, hits my other guy. Infantry are still, you know, deadly. Stops one of my captures entirely. Goes for my city captures on right here. Moves his tanks out, builds another tank. Destroys my infantry. Mech moves into position. And he resigns. So in the end, not as many engagements. I mean, we only generated... He generated 19,000 co-power. I generated just under 19,000 as well. So we're pretty even still. Honestly, I'm actually surprised he quit this early. Again, like for example, here, if he moved his artillery, like right here, or even put it on the plains, yeah, I could get the hit on the artillery, but then I risk, you know, my tanks being hit first, so it wouldn't have been that bad. It wouldn't have been that bad. So I think he quit a little bit early, especially since he has units here to form a nice wall with their artilleries, and then maybe even push back. But yeah, it is what it is. This video is one of those videos I just wanted to give an example of how to play Kanbei, and you know how his style of play is supposed to be, you know, used, I guess you can say, because like I said at the beginning, it's all about territory, because he can't be killed as fast. Especially, even though, you know, I went against another Kanbei who has good firepower. If you were any other co, like normal co with no attack boost, it would be pretty hard. Even you saw his units attacking infantry, and my guys are on cities, they're hard to move. Even if he uses 2, I still kind of win out in the engagement. So, you know, against a normal Ko, it would be a lot more difficult. So, just one of those matches where I just want to show that this is how you're supposed to use him. Just try and get as many territorial advantages as you can. Send out your infantry farther, when possible. Obviously, don't skip all of your cities, but if you could get early advantage in that department and spread out like I did here, then you get a huge advantage because you can hold them easier rather than lose them really easy to a couple infantry. So this is just a small video I wanted to share with you. Nothing super extravagant or anything, but just something I wanted to just reflect on. I don't get to use Kanbei too often, so it was a fun match. It's fun to play it out. We were playing this actually live, even though this wasn't a live game. We were both sitting there playing each of our turns. Probably took like, I don't know, anywhere from 5 to 10 minute average once it got to this point, just to do our turns, because we have to wait and see who, if the other person did their turn yet. But that's pretty much what happened. So as far as a live play setup, I didn't do too bad. Honestly, I probably have a decent time at live games, but yeah, I mean, that's yet to be seen. I've never played an actual live game, so I don't know. But yeah, that's it for this one. So if you guys liked it, feel free to hit the like button. Comment down below what you guys thought. Have anything to say about it? And maybe, who knows, am I wrong? Do you think I'm wrong about how to use Kanbei? Let me know. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, for more Advance Wars content like this, and or other content like Halo, Fire Emblem. We have Pikmin 4 as well. So yeah, if you guys liked it, be sure to check back and see if there's other things like this. Otherwise, I think that's it for now. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye bye.